Continue with the bamboo. Enlarge the loop. Make 2 chain stitches. Using 2 fingers to stabilize it. 1, 2. Crochet 11 half double crochets HDC into the big loop. Start with the first HDC by yarn over. Insert into the loop. Yarn over and pull through 3 loops on hook. Then yarn over and draw through all 3 loops. Mark the first HDC. Continue with the next 10 HDC in the same loop. Confirm you have 11 HDC counting 1 to 11. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 11. Confirm you have 11 HDC counting 1 to 11. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. 11. The marker here is the first HDC. Elongated coil. Notice the 2 wires here. Pull this short thread. See which wire is active. If this wire is active, pull this wire. Tighten the coil. Slip at the mark. Chain 2. Next we crochet the second loop. Now we crochet the second loop R2. Note the yarn tail side as the inside of the bamboo. Work with the single strand facing inward. Insert your hook into the stitch where the stitch marker is, picking up the inner single strand. Crochet 11 half double crochets HDC for this round. Place a marker in the first stitch of this round. Continue, always selecting the inner strand for each HDC. Proceed to the second HDC. Then the third. Completing the entire round. A total of 11 HDC. All worked with the inner half of the stitch. Count your stitches. 1、2、3、11。Confirm 11 HDC completed. Join with a slip stitch at the first marker. Chain 2. For rounds 3 through 5, continue crocheting 11 HDC as usual. Working through both strands of the stitch. Starting at the stitch marker. This helps identify the stitch. This round continues with 11 half double crochets HDC. Place a marker in the first stitch of this round. Remember to work normally, completing 11 HDC. Afterward, slip stitch to join. Round 4, chain 2. HDC. Beginning at the marker's position. Always mark the first stitch of each round. Round 5 is similar, chain 2, followed by 11 HDC. Note that rounds 3 to 5 use both strands for regular stitches, whereas round 2 uses the inner strand only. For round 6, switch back to using a single strand. Chain 2, and proceed with 11 HDC. This whole round is crocheted with only the inner half stitch. This whole round is crocheted with only the inner half stitch. Using both strands for stitches. Followed by 11 HDC. Round 12 begins with chaining 2. Focusing on the inner half stitch for a distinctive line. You can see that if you only hook to the inner half of the stitch, it will form a striking horizontal line. Rounds 13 and 14 revert to normal. Starting with chaining 2 and working 11 HDC. Round 14 ends with a slip stitch. Round 15 starts with a chain 1, leading into inner half stitch decreases, all using a single strand. Six decreases are made, demonstrating the first decrease. No need to wrap the wire this time. This is the first decrease. Mark. Continue. The second decrease. Continue.